I'm Bob Trask, and this is our weekly reset. This is where we start each week with a brand new sense of self-confidence, optimism, and a clear purpose. These weekly messages uplift our minds and our moods and give us insights into making the next week better. Let's begin with our meditation. If you'll just close your eyes, please. And in that peace and that solitude, go into your heart and breathe, if you will, in through your nose. And know that you are breathing pure grace. And that grace is the beloved energy and information that makes our bodies from nothing. And that beauty, that love coursing through your system with each breath is taking you home. So be at peace now. And with each breath, find yourself blossoming as a beautiful flower in a green plant, blossoming and opening into the world with confidence and knowing that you are love. And with each breath, you go deeper and deeper into that beautiful abyss of grace and love, where you are being cuddled and cradled by the beloved energy of the universe. And you are home. There is only peace. In this place, there is only peace. Should thoughts try to come into your mind, just pay attention to your breathing. And if it really is bothersome, you might even say, I am breathing in grace. I am exhaling my grace into the universe. Because those words might help keep you focused on the depth of this meditation. Gently, gently breathing in. You are loved. You are so loved. Not only by people, but by the birds and the beasts and the fish and the mammals and the great blue whale, and by the universe. You are so loved. You belong here. This is your home. This is your family. You're loved. You are blessed. Never in all time, the foreverness of all distances and directions, never has there been nor will there be another you. You are so blessed. Your singularity, your individuality makes you precious beyond belief. You are loved and you are blessed. And because you are loved and because you are blessed, you are safe. You are protected. Your body is completely well. Your body is being created at this moment by your breath of grace, by your beautiful mind. And because you are loved, and because you are blessed, and because you are safe, you are free. You are free. Free to fly with the winds, free to swim with the dolphins, free to be exactly who you are. Loved and blessed and safe and free. Great presence of the universe. Thank you, great grace. Thank you, great love. Thank you, beloved. When you come back, bring this beautiful self with you. And then come back, keeping this self back to our beautiful group here today. So today we're talking about affirmations. Affirmations. Dr. Catherine Lively wrote in Psychology Today, affirmations are used to reprogram the subconscious mind, to encourage us to believe certain things about ourselves or about the world and our place within it. They're also used to help us create the reality we want, often in terms of making or attracting wealth, love, beauty, and happiness. When we want to make our lives better, we wonder, can I really do that? Can I really change my life? Maya Angelou said, the need for change bulldozed a road down the center of my mind. Imagine Maya Angelou saying that. And imagine that she was looking at all of the doubts and the fears and the reasonablenesses of why she couldn't be and do and have what she wanted. And she said, the need for change bulldozed a road down the center of my mind. And the question is, do you have a need for change that's that strong? Because many of us, maybe even most of us, are ensconced inside of a belief system, ensconced inside of an idea of who we are, of an identity. And if we're ensconced and we're stuck inside of that, then our ego says, let's defend this. Let's not let anything change. Let's keep it the same, because the ego loves sameness. But if I'm going to change my life, I have to first be willing to change my mind. And changing my mind means challenging my ego, doesn't it? Changing my mind, not about the world, but about me, about how I see the world, about how I see reality. That's the change I must be willing to make. I must awaken to the truth that I am creating my own reality every day. I'm creating my own reality every day and doing it by how, either deliberately or automatically, I think. And if it's automatic thinking, then maybe that thinking says that I'm helpless to change the reality I'm experiencing. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough happiness. I don't have enough strength, physical health. I'm not good enough. When I don't have enough relationships. If that's my attitude, my belief, then I'm listening to automatic voices emanating from my old memories. I'm listening to voices inside of me that are telling me I should never try to change, and the smallness of who I see myself being is accurate. And it's not accurate. But we talk about affirmations. And these are affirmations that are constantly pelting us from our subconscious mind, telling us who we are and telling us who we are not. And we're listening to that, and most of us are believing it. Patricia Moreno said, don't have to wait for life to change to feel better. Feel better and your life will change. Mary and I were in Reno and we were watching the show in Reno. I was there to give a speech, and we decided to go to the show, and there was a tiger in the show, big, beautiful, massive tiger in the show. And the trainer was doing different tricks with the tiger. And Mary leaned over to me and she said, I'm going to pet that tiger. I didn't think much about it, but after the guy was gone and the show was over, she said, okay, let's go. And I said, where are we going? She said, I'm going to go pet the tiger. I said, Mary, let's be sensible here. That tiger is a dangerous animal, number one. Number two, that tiger's caged behind a lot of doors and we can't get there. That's not her. She said, Bob, I'm going to pet the tiger. I said, okay. I mean, I know enough about Mary to know that when she gets an affirmation, a decision about who she is and what she's going to do, she's probably going to do it. So I just said, okay, go ahead, I'll follow you. But she went up to people and said, excuse me, where's the tiger? And they said, well, it's in the back. Where's the back? Well, it's back beyond, it's back in there. They point in a direction. So we went in that direction, and finally we came to some big doors, and there were some guards in front of the doors, and they said, "I'm sorry, but you can't go in here." She said, "Yes, I can. I'm going to pet the tiger." They said, "Oh, okay." And they opened the doors. And I'm going, "What?" So we went through the doors, and then we kept running into other people, said, "Excuse me, you can't be back here." She said, "It's okay. I'm going to pet the tiger." And they said, "Okay." And we went back, and finally we came to the tiger, and the guy that was the trainer was sitting in a chair right next to the cage. And he said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" She said, "Yes, I came to pet the tiger." He said, "Okay." So he let her pet the tiger. And the lesson I got is that nothing is impossible if your mind is possible. Nothing is impossible if your mind is possible. Jesus said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, that's pretty darn tiny. You can say to that mountain over there, "Move," and it'll move. He wasn't just saying, that wasn't a metaphor. It wasn't an example. He meant it. She said, "I'm going to go pet the tiger." There's no way. There's no way you can go pet that tiger. Not a chance. Well, but she was going to go pet the tiger. So all the rest of those reasons didn't matter. And that's what affirmations do, is they put us in that positive state of mind whereby anything is possible. Because see, we're not set in stone. We're not statues in a park with bird stuff on our shoulders. That's not who we are. We are rivers of light and grace. We are changing, growing, moving. There's nothing solid about us. Our bodies are made almost 100% of space. We are consciousness, and we can decide what our consciousness is. We can decide. We each have infinite, unfolding potentials to be, to do, to have that which would fulfill us. We do. Every old program within you can be erased, diluted, dissolved by doing an affirmation that rebuilds your self-identity into you as the creator of your dreams. See, when you and I were little, when we were first born, we didn't have that swamp of beliefs and opinions and ideas over the top of us holding us down. We were free to just dream. We could dream, and we could say, "Well, I'm going to be an airline pilot. I'm going to be a movie star." And it was perfectly okay. We had those dreams, and it was perfectly okay. Nobody said, "No, you can't." Oh, well, yes, of course we can. But then as life went on, we began to learn that we could not fulfill our dreams because we weren't big enough, not smart enough, not tall enough, not strong enough, because we were women instead of men, or because we were homosexual or transsexual or bisexual or asexual or black or yellow or green or blue or some other color, or overweight or underweight, or what. We learn all that stuff. I have a problem with my heart, or I have a problem with my diabetes. All of that stuff. It's just stuff. Helen Keller was born mute. She couldn't speak. Oh, no, I don't think she was born mute, but very soon after that, she became mute. She couldn't speak, and she couldn't hear, and she couldn't see. But she learned to speak, and she learned to communicate such that she became one of the powerfulest leaders, one of the most powerful women in our society, in our human family that ever lived. And how could she do that? She didn't listen to all of those things about her that were false, that were problems. She did an affirmation that I will do and be and have the fullness of my life. And we can do that. So the question is, what will fulfill your life? Will it be more money? Will it be better relationship, or a relationship, or being loved completely and totally by another person or by people? Or what is it that you want? And just know that whatever that is, that's not an idle fantasy. That's welling up from the foundation of who you are. That's what was supposed to be fulfilled in this lifetime. And if you haven't been doing it because you've been overlaid by all kinds of belief systems, then it's time to start doing an affirmation and punch a hole through all of that asphalt of ideas and thoughts and opinions and bring the light of who you are back up to the surface. Here's an example. I told you that if I told you right now that there's multi-millions of dollars available for you right now, would you believe me? Would you believe me? Probably not. If I told you that there's people that love you and that want to hold you in their arms and that want to actually be one with you, would you believe that? Could you believe those people? Maybe not. How about your ability to create, to travel, to have colorful adventures in a life and have the life of your dreams? How about that? Would you believe it? Because if you don't believe it, and incidentally, those are all true, including the multi-millions of dollars. They're all absolutely true. And if you don't believe it, then we have some work to do. And the work is affirmations to begin rewiring and reprogramming those old voices so that rather than denigrate you, rather than push you down, they support you, they love you, they pick you up. And those things that I just said, the money, the relationships, the travel, all those are yours for the asking. The only thing keeping you from them is your belief system, and you can change that. So let's begin today. Let's replace those old programs with new ones that empower us. Are you willing to do that? Because you are not your old memories. You are your current thoughts. You're not your old memories. You are your current thoughts. When we do affirmations, we're rewiring our subconscious minds to constantly tell us of our goodness, of our worthiness, of our capabilities. We're no longer allowing our memories to define us. There's a new us emerging, and old patterns are being rewired to support us. I watched a woman on YouTube the other day, and she was giving a talk about how affirmations don't work. And I want to tell you how right she was when she said affirmations don't work. She said they don't work because they're just peppering the subconscious mind. And what you need to do is in order to change the subconscious mind, to change those old programmings, you need to do some deep self-work. And I think she was right. She was saying that 95% of our self-attitudes, 95% of our self-attitudes come from our subconscious minds, and we can't change those attitudes by just doing affirmations, but only through deep self-healing work. Where she missed the boat and missed it entirely is this. Affirmations done right are exactly that, deep self-healing work. But you have to be willing to do them. You have to be willing to do those affirmations. So I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to give you a challenge. We're going to talk for a moment about affirmations and how to create them. But I want to give you a challenge that when you get an affirmation, that you will today get an affirmation. When you get an affirmation, I'd like for you to make a commitment to yourself, a contract with yourself, that you will say that affirmation with meaning 100 times a day for 30 days, because it'll take 30 days to break those old thinking habits. To say that affirmation 100 times a day for 30 days. Now, what's the affirmation? Well, to begin with, we have to be willing to get rid of things that don't serve us anymore. Marie Kondo said, discard everything that does not spark joy. So, here's where we go. An affirmation that would work starts with I am. And then it's a statement about that which you don't believe about yourself, but on a deeper level, know that it's true. I am a good and worthy person. I am lovable. I am trusting the love of others. I am loved by others. I am a generous and loving person. I am a patient, loving man or woman. I am in service to the universe. I am in service to those around me. I am pure love. Whatever your affirmation is, and you must decide that for yourself, starts with the words, I am. Now, maybe today, after this session is over, you'll need to stick around because we're going to have a half-hour conversation session, and maybe during that you'll be asking me, how can you help me with my affirmation? And I'll be willing to do that. But you must be willing, if we do this together, if you want to grow, if you want to come into your own beauty and your own goodness and your own love, you must be willing to say that affirmation with meaning 100 times a day for 30 days. And allow yourself to feel the feelings you'll be experiencing when it's true. Not just saying those hollowly, but if you're saying, I am being loved by others, I am trusting the love of others, to feel what it feels like as you say that affirmation. That's what makes it come true. So the 30-day challenge, are you up to it? Are you up to it? Is it worth it to begin creating the exact life that you dream of? And if the answer is yes, then every day for 30 days, please say your affirmation and feel the joy growing inside of you and the grace growing inside of you. And, my friend, should you fail one day during that 30 days, please be willing, as I do, to go back and begin again at the first day. So it has to be 30 consecutive days, not 15 and miss one and 2 more and miss. It's got to be 30 consecutive days. And I can tell you, because I've started it over many times in my affirmations, and my affirmations have changed my life. And I've seen them change Mary's life. And I've seen them change thousands and thousands of lives around the world with people that I've worked with. So yeah, I know the affirmations work, but they only work if we work them. And finally today, I want to give you a quote from my dear friend Louise Hay, who said, I choose to make the rest of my life the best of my life. I choose to make the rest of my life the best of my life. My friend, thank you for joining me today. It's always such an honor spending time with you. And please tell your friends about the weekly reset. Let's get a large group of people together so we have community here. And if you enjoyed today's message, will you please make a donation to help us keep these weekly resets going? You'll find the donate button on my website, bobtrask.com, in the upper right-hand corner. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Now, for the next half hour, we're going to have a group discussion and some questions and answers, and maybe help build some affirmations. And if you want to hang around and be a part of this group, boy, you're so welcome. If you have to go, then feel free to sign off now, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.